villains, yes, you got 'em all. We're after legends and stories untold. Lives forever till the end of the line. This is our mission, this is our pride. From legends to villains.
Okay.
More technical difficulties.
Little bumpy start.
It's all good, man. It's all good. We got it worked out. So we're here. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, everybody. I'll cheer you guys with my Gatorade.
We weren't freaking out a little bit. What's up, Gun Bunny, Winford, Jameson? How y'all doing?
It's nice to see everybody in chat already.
Mm-hmm.
That was a weird one.
YouTube wasn't talking to EV Mux, and we were having some difficulties.
That one was peculiar. I'm not exactly sure. Most of the time, I know exactly what's going on, and I can explain things, but that one was weird. Like, I don't know. So, good stuff. Yo, what's up, Collector 425?
We outside. Yeah, that's right.
We outside with you, except I'm in the warm studio in here, so, you know.
It's raining out here. So
yeah,
I don't want to be outside right now. Being here with the toys, that's where all the fun is, man.
It is. All right, so now that we got that all behind us, geez, man, how are things been going, everybody? How's things going with you, Trey?
Good. You got some difficulties, but that's life, and you just keep moving on. So chugging along and having fun making videos. I know you got one coming out Saturday, and if you haven't checked out the Mezco Casey Jones review I did last Saturday, it's up on YouTube. Check that out. And I got another cool one coming in 2 weeks. So
yeah. This one, I'm putting the final touches on it. I've been working on it every chance I get. I put way too much time into it. I hope it shows. I'm excited about it. I've definitely tried some stuff, tried some new things. Trey stepped it up where he had some movie clips in his, and I'm trying to step it up again. I'm trying to
raise the ball. Yeah, there you go.
Just keep taking little steps. Learn as we go. So yeah, that should be coming out this Saturday morning at 10:30 Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you guys check it out. It's another long one, unfortunately, but this figure, there's a lot to talk about. And
I don't collect that, but it was cool to see it, so I'm excited for everybody to see it. So hopefully everybody checks it out. And you've had some good feedback on our videos. People's giving us some great feedback, and we appreciate that. Thank y'all for showing support and telling us we're doing a good job, and let us know what you want to see. And we're having fun doing this. So
we are. So my thinking, at least at this point, and Winford, I appreciate it. We really appreciate the feedback. Is that we're going to try to do our Saturday videos be kind of a little bit more special, whether that's like a cool review, something that we put some time into or something, but here and there, we might drop some just kind of as things come, If it's a smaller, easier one, like maybe a more simple G.I. Joe or something, that might come out whenever.
Right.
But we're definitely trying to, maintain the schedule with, I do like the Saturday morning idea, So yeah, good stuff. Okay. So we've kind of, this episode has gotten a little crazy. Our main topic for today. So first off, we're going back to our roots a little bit. We've got new hotness. We've got a bunch of Take My Money. We've got some fantastic photos. We've got some Shelfies.
Yep.
And the big thing, depending upon how much time we get to it, if it's a big thing or not, we're going to do some discussions around articulation.
Talk about articulation.
Yeah. So articulation is kind of like why we're all here. This isn't statue collecting. This is action figure collecting, and articulation is really what gives you that action.
That's right.
So that one kind of, hits close to home for me. It's important for me. So we're gonna hit that as a major topic. So if you guys have thoughts, if you guys have, comments, be sure to throw them in chat here, and we'll check those out. But hope
Tony
you're in
Horton
for the ride.
asking if we're going to Joe Fest 2025 in Augusta, Georgia, is where it's at. We will be at Joe Fest.
Oh,
We'll also
absolutely.
be at Toylanta at the end of March. So 2 trips to the northern Georgia area, one to Atlanta, one to Augusta for Joe Fest, and one for Toylanta. So we're
We
looking
might do RetroCon again,
yeah, definitely doing. I love Retro Toy Con, man. That
Yeah.
was really fun. Really great show. So that's in Greenville, South Carolina. So 3 great shows, kind of right there, all in the same area. But
Yep.
excited for IshCon. IshCon's going to be here in Durham.
Oh, yeah.
Big news for IshCon. Bobby Vala and Valaverse are going to be showing up. Really excited for that. Been a Valaverse collector since early on, not since the very beginning, but really early on, and haven't ever been able to meet Bobby or see them at a show. And I'm really looking forward to that. So IshCon's going to be great. Y'all make a trip to North Carolina, come see us, come hang out with us, and it'll be a whole weekend of just talking toys and lots of stuff there, lots of cool creators, and we'll be there walking around talking to people. I'm sure we're making videos and stuff. So IshCon is in May, I believe. IshCon.net. Check them out. So up and coming con that is sure to be a good one this year.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, dude, let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll the intro, and then we'll get started on this proper.
Okay.
In a perfect world where legends collide, tiny heroes standing side by side, guardians of playtime in disguise, action figure alliance on the rise. Join the alliance, come take a stand with the many armies ruling the land. Hail to the heroes loaded with might, action figure alliance unite tonight.
I like that one. It's good stuff.
Jameson, and thanks to Jameson, he made a comment in the Facebook group this week. He's like, I can't get the Action Figure Alliance theme song out of my head. And I was like, nice.
Totes my goats.
I definitely catch myself humming it,
Yeah.
a little bit here and there. And the waiting song and the outro song that we have, I'm also like,
Yeah.
it gets me. That one hits hard. So
I was whistling it the other day and I didn't realize it. And my wife was like, are you whistling your theme song? I was like, that's stuck in my head.
what are you going to do? I mean, come on. Well, cool, man. So I think we generally start off with new hotness, right?
Yeah, let's do it, man.
You got some to show us?
Yeah, I got some stuff. I got some cool stuff to show off.
I got just a little bit to show us. Not much. I was hoping for another one, but I've got one that says that it's out for delivery, but it's a courier, and I think that means it's going to show up tomorrow.
Well, I usually go first, man. Why don't you start us off?
Okay. Well, no, I'm fumbling with one right now.
Okay.
So that means it's on you.
All right. You need some time. I'm ready.
All right. Spotlight or desk cam?
Spotlight's fine, man. Desk cam's kind of covered with all the
stuff.
The desk cam's kind of covered with all the articulation stuff. So
all right.
Big shipment of Valaverse this week, which I was excited for, and I've already made customs. But the best part of it is I only ordered 2 of these, and I used my action points because I got a bunch of action force action points. And so, I got this chick. I already switched her head. I will be honest that I am not a fan of her head sculpt, of Pandora's head sculpt on this one. This is Jessica. What's the power girl? Jessica Jones. Yeah, that's Jessica Jones. Marvel Legends Jessica Jones. And I think she looks good with that head sculpt on her.
Yeah. How's the skin tone?
It's okay. I mean, it's not bad. It matches up.
It looks pretty close.
Little sticky tack on the on the peg to keep her head on there, but that's what happens when you're using Marvel Legends heads. But I do have one that I am gonna keep on the regular because I got that bloody variant.
Congratulations, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah, got that bloody. I think this is my first bloody variant. No, I think I do have. No, I have another one I heard. Very first.
You have the
one.
original Pandora.
I have the original Pandora bloody variant, but I've been not had any luck with when they did the kit for her. I bought like 12 kits trying to get the accessory pack with the bloody variant.
Dude, I blew it.
No hotness explosion.
No hotness explosion.
The people have asked.
What the hell?
And
all right, wait. Do I have it over here? I don't have it over here. Damn it. Well, before we switch back to me, I'm going to do the explosion.
All right. We'll do it. And
it's one of those nights, everybody. Batten down the hatches. We're in for a nutty one.
Yeah. So since this isn't a new figure, but I did put this head sculpt on her because, like I said, I don't really care for that head sculpt. So I kind of got into customizing some figures this week, and these are new hotness for me because I just started making these like biker chicks.
Okay.
With Marvel Legends heads and Balaverse guns, and
well, you got your Mezco biker on the way, right? So
yeah, that's the Mezco biker is ordered, and that con is over with. So hopefully those will be coming soon. I did finally get Colonel Siege with the fixed shoulder situation. You don't see the blue through the vest or through the jacket. So, I got another version of him. So I have two. One where I have the other one with the head sculpt where he's got a cigar in his mouth. And then I used my Punisher custom for the Valorous Action Force Sergeant Slaughter with the green vest to make Grifter. So I had to remake my Punisher, and I had got a loose version of the Valorous figure. I can't remember that guy's name. Saving my life right now.
Desert Condor.
Yeah, not Desert Condor. No, this is
that's green. The desert one was green.
Yeah. I got my jungle pair. I got my jungle Punisher.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. The headband makes it work.
Yeah, the headband makes it really does. And then I had ordered something off of Pixis Designs. If you haven't checked out Pixis Designs, go on Etsy, look at Pixis Designs. So the Dragonfly came with chips and salsa, which is on my Dragonfly up there. And then it came with the really cool rocket pods, which are the same type of missiles that came for the Hiss. But I bought this kit that you would put on the Vamp. And yes, this will go on the Vamp. But I put it on this base with double-sided sticky tape.
That base is a Marvel, like a Marvel Legends, right?
That's the Marvel Legends Bone Breaker, I think is his name.
Oh, sounds right. Also sounds like a Transformer, but okay.
It is there's a Transformer named Bone Breaker.
Yeah.
But it's the guy that has half his body and the rest of its tank. But I've had this kind of sitting around because I had used the bodies for customs, but I think it looks cool, man.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Kind of like the new Starscream, right?
Yeah.
Starscream merged with a Hiss tank.
Yes. That's such a good comic, man.
Oh, it so is. It so is.
It's I'll take a Starscream merged with a Hiss tank like that.
Yeah.
Give me that figure.
It's almost kind of like a Lieutenant Dan situation where
Lieutenant Dan ain't got no legs. I love that movie, man. I can quote that whole movie. I think that's it for me. That's all the new hotness right now.
All right. So
that's it.
So since you started it off with it, what was Bobby thinking with the head sculpt on Pandora there? Like I don't even know the sculpt so much as it is the paint.
I was looking at it. I was looking at the original Pandora, and she's the original Pandora face is like pretty, but then when he pulled the hair back and he darkened the eyes and he made her look crazy, I think he was kind of going for I'm trying to get this crazy look,
Yeah.
and it doesn't work. And there's one that's she's smiling real big with a big Joker smile, and then there's one where she's like smirking a little bit, but she's got the Joker kind of cuts. It's just not a good head sculpt. So
yeah, don't they call that a It's not an Irish smile. It's like there's like there was some old gang initiation. It was like a real thing where they would touch you like that.
If you read the comic, she has that done to her, and they are. I think they are Irish. She's something Irish,
she was like IRA or something like that. Right? Yeah. Crazy. All right. So before we get on to my new hotness, bear with me because I got to do it because I missed it. I don't know how I missed it, but is this it? Yes. You knew it was coming. I had to. I can't believe I forgot.
Jameson keeps us on track, man.
He did. That was a good one. All right.
Glasgow Smile. That's Danger Room Toy Photography. He's got it. Glasgow Smile.
Yeah, that's it. I was thinking like Cheshire Smile, but that's from Alice in Wonderland. The Cheshire Cat. I was like, that's not it.
Yeah, Tony's Fig's got it too. Glasgow Smile.
All right, so I only got one new hotness this time through, but it's pretty cool, and I'm just going to show it to you here. So
you got the other version.
I got the brown suit one, and so my feeling was, first off, it's a great figure. I mean, the tailoring on the suit looks wonderful. He's got the build like a proper Superman build where, and he's got some chunky arms on him. And that's kind of, Superman's supposed to be like a big, strong country boy kind of.
Yeah.
And I mean, my feeling is that this is going to stand next to my Henry Cavill Clark Kent.
Okay.
So I have a custom.
That's not Clark Kent, man. That's Superman. He got the glasses on.
My Henry Cavill Superman. I have a custom one with a man-nipple head. And the brown coat here just seems much more like, the Henry Cavill Clark Kent version. You
can't call him Clark Kent unless he has the glasses, because
well, he does have the glasses, but this figure literally just came in. So yeah.
So you have both versions now.
I've got both versions now.
Nice.
It's that good.
Yeah.
5K had a low stock warning, or like, they still had some in stock, and there was like 5 of them, I think, and I managed to get one. So
I actually looked for the other version, and then that was the only one that was there. And kind of glad I passed on it because I got something else coming that's going to be a really cool custom, and I can't wait for that. So we'll talk about that when it comes in.
Oh, well, that's fancy. I'm gonna, after I did all that, I didn't have my Zoom proper. Oh my God! All right. Yeah, that's all the new hotness I had, though. I was hoping for another one. Didn't show up, but this other one's going to be pretty cool.
Right.
Hopefully it'll be here soon. I got a couple of things out, in being driven around the country at this point. So hopefully we'll have some cool stuff. Maybe I'll do a review of one of them. We'll see.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think we should dig in. Yeah.
You clicked it at the same time I
did.
clicked it.
I did. Yep. Why? There's some dumb names out there. But, oh my goodness. I don't know, man. It's like calling your studio butt cheeks.
Yeah. Butt cheeks toys.
Butt cheeks toys.
Everybody's clapping our figures.
It's like hairy man nipple.
Yeah.
Muff isn't the worst, but that's certainly not good either. There's connotations around that.
Those figures always take a shelf dive, man. They're always.
All right. All right. So we have to go back here so I can because I've got a ton of I got a whole bunch
Nice.
to take my money to show off that I'm looking
Okay.
forward to.
I got
Do you
some.
want me to start that off, or do you want to?
Yes. Start it off.
All right, give me a
Roll with
second.
it.
Get the. All right, and I'm coming over here. Okay, so let me see if I can. Yeah, I got a widescreen, so it's kind of it won't fit that very well. But this is from CY7 Toys, and this just like went up for pre-order. I think very recently here.
Is that a COD Ghost?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's cool.
yeah, it is.
Better than the McFarlane's nasty articulation one. Or was it McFarlane or was it somebody else? Somebody had one. There was a horrible articulation.
I don't go anywhere near
blocked.
McFarlane, so
yeah. That looks cool. I'd buy that.
Yeah, so this does look pretty cool. Got some nice looking soft goods. The sweatshirt's a little bit big, but at least you'll be able to get your full articulation in it. But the gear that comes on the Dude is awesome.
Ooh.
And he comes with an alternate head. And he's got what look like some really nice accessories.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I think this one looks pretty cool.
Is that on 5K or?
This is, hold on, let me, I don't recall if this one's on 5K yet or not. This is available on Toys Metaverse and VC Toy Box, I think.
Okay.
But looks really cool. I'm sure if it's not on 5K yet, I'm sure it will be. Just a matter of time. But yeah, man, this thing looks pretty slick.
So what's that one going to run? About $100 or so? Or
I can pull it up. Hold on a second.
Because I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to sell and what not to support me buying that.
All right, so I
got to sell a lot of stuff
on VC Toy Box, and it looks like it's going to be $85 before shipping.
Okay, but that's coming from overseas, which we got to deal with all that extra stuff now. So yeah, probably talking about $100 after shipping, maybe.
You're going to be right around there. Yeah. Yeah.
Which for a premium figure, that's expected. But look at all the guns it comes with. I mean, those are really cool looking guns.
It's cool looking guns. And I mean, the accessories, the head sculpts look like they're cool. So even if you're just getting this to customize, I think it would be worth it. And you can see he comes with like extra arms. So when he goes over to his, sweatshirtless, you've got your forearms there.
Yeah. Nice.
So yeah. I wonder what's under
what the other ones are. Are they just like black plastic or something? Or
yeah, I don't know. It's odd. Okay, so this next one's a weird one, but I like my weird stuff, and this one looks pretty cool. So this is from Give Me 5 Studios. Rise of it's night. So this is Metamorphose Rise of the Insects. It sounds like it's going to be a new line. And this thing looks cool, man.
Yeah.
Like
alien insect warrior.
Yeah. Cool. I mean, he's got some cool kind of futuristic guns, but he looks nice and grungy. I mean, this thing looks pretty awesome.
That dude fighting Gomez, that would be cool.
Yeah. I
don't have a Gomez.
What was the Guyver? Do you remember that? Oh yeah, there was a mainstream movie that they had where it was like a suit that just kind of like grew around him like this.
The only Guyver I remember is Mick Guyver.
So you can see it's even got like some red joints, which I think look kind of cool. I don't know, man. This thing looks pretty slick. So the only thing I'm not too sure about is the lower the lower jaw. It looks kind of like a mush mouth sort of a situation.
Tony Horton says very common rider-ish, and I agree.
Yeah, it's
Very
definitely
Kamen
Kamen
Rider-ish.
Rider kind of has the bug eyes. Yeah.
Mhm.
But here you go. Here's kind of a clean look at him. Yeah, I'm going to cover
Sick.
up that mouth with the scarf like they had.
Mhm.
But otherwise, I'm in, man. This thing looks awesome.
Nice.
So again, this is currently available for pre-order on kind of your Toys Metaverse, Bombusby. I think this one is up on 5K. Let me check real quick just to see if that's give me 5 Studio. Yes, that one is up on 5K. If you want a price and see, I tried to
What's up, zombie?
get everything together and have this all cool for the slideshow here, but that prevents me from looking at the price. Full price is $76.
Hmm.
Add shipping, right?
Oh, Tony's getting 2.
That's cool, man. I think these look awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is exactly what I'm thinking of for him. Kind of have the scarf around the neck. Yeah, I think that looks cool. I mean, it's moody. Yeah, I like it. I like the red joints, man.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's pretty wild.
Almost like he's kind of got like an exoskeleton, like the exoskeleton skin, and underneath he's like red or something. I don't know.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it seems like it's just covered in detail. He's got some cool weapons. I'm down for that.
Oh
one
yeah,
sure.
I like that one, the double-ended weapon with that's cool.
Yeah. All right. So next up, we have a Joy Toy figure. So this is 1/18 scale.
Okay.
But this is a Primaris.
Really big. It's probably like that tall, right?
Yeah, which means he's probably huge, which means he's although Alfarius, who this is the smallest of the Primaris. So maybe he's not that huge.
Okay.
But I'm down for these guys. I've loved every one of them I've gotten so far. So this was a quick and easy. I mean, the detail on him. Yeah, these guys are cool. These guys are really cool.
I like the green on it. That's cool.
Yeah, I like the kind of the scaly armor. I think it's slick.
Figure Fight Club, thank you, bud. Smash that like button, people.
Yeah, man. We appreciate it. So here's another shot of him kind of in an action pose, which these guys have good articulation, and most everything that kind of interferes with their movement is very rubbery. So you can just kind of push it out of the way. I thought this was a cool shot because it shows.
When we talk about articulation, we'll talk about gear getting in the way. I got one of those, so I pulled that figure specifically because people enjoy it. But with accessories, it has a little restraint. So yeah, cool. We'll talk about that later.
So this is cool. You got his dragon heads on his backpack.
Mm-hmm. Is that Cape soft goods or no plastic?
It's not soft goods, but it is very soft rubber. Monster cards.
Don't think we'll be talking about Pokemon there, Teddy.
This is not the channel for that. But if you got like some weird, Pokemon Monster action figures, maybe. Yeah. So anyway, he's cool. He's up for pre-order on most of the main sites at this point. That's a fairly mainline figure. The Azubuike hyena. So this is from Maestro Union, which is a baller company. And this guy looks awesome.
Hold on. Is that a skeleton wolf hyena? What is that?
So this is a modern military hyena with bone armor.
Okay.
See, he's got pouches and he's got ammo and he's got guns.
Rob Liefeld would love that.
I mean, and yeah, this looks awesome. So I think this is the same company that did the Blade Master Wing and the Crocker and Veteran William.
Okay.
And he even comes with this freaky, like Zulu kind of, voodoo mask.
Hey, hyenas from Africa. He's got a Zulu voodoo mask. Okay.
I mean, come on, he looks wild.
Yeah,
I'm down.
yeah.
I'm down, and
That's
he's
the first I've seen of that one.
Loaded down with missiles.
Oh, he's got an RPG.
Apparently.
Nice. All right, yeah, I'm being sold more and more on this figure with RPGs.
So here's his
That's nice.
his accessories. I love how he put a jawbone on his AK.
On an AK, yeah. I like that. I like that big, tall, like staff axe thing too.
Yeah,
That's nice.
I'm sold, man. I mean, this take my money segment that we're doing today, for me at least, was legit. I spent a bunch of money on pre-orders.
Nice.
So obviously available on Gundamit. Go check them out. They're a reputable site. They're in line with they're the same company as Show Z, which a lot of people might have some familiar with. Okay, and also from Gundamit, and also from Maestro Union. I don't remember the name of this guy. Hold on I don't remember the name of this guy. I should probably do that so you guys can. Let me pull it over here. Ibraki Duji. Okay.
He's bracky bougie.
Yeah, it's something. But again, this is Maestro Union. They do great stuff. You'll see it if you hit up Gundamit. I don't think these are available for pre-order anywhere else at this point.
Cool.
And as you can see, like, these are not professional promo shots. They're just some dude holding them.
Yeah, and they still look good.
And they still look good. This guy's definitely got some kind of crazy, I don't want to say voodoo again, but I mean, kind of. Yeah, he's wild.
I'm trying to think of what the like things hanging off his neck remind me of, like Minecraft swords or something. I don't know.
They look like mahjong tiles or something.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
I don't know. And then from my ever so beloved Mosho Toys, they have come out with, it's a 3-pack. 3 of these kind of army builder dudes. And you can see, so this is the first one where he's got a shield, a great big, like, heavy rocket launcher or something along those lines. Mm-hmm. There's a back view of him. These things are superposable. There's another shot where he's, got his shield up and his gun. Here's the second one. This one's a little bit more like close combat. You can see he's got kind of like some Wolverine claws and stuff.
Nice.
Here's the back where he's got some swords, like some, power edge kind of energy swords. Mm-hmm. And then here's the third one where he's all melee, maybe a bit more heavy weapon melee. He's got this big axe, and up over his shoulder is like this cudgel thing, which looks pretty cool. So there you've got your group shot. And on Bomb Busby, they actually have these guys for what I believe is proper retail, $166
for all three of them. That's not bad.
These are 1/100th scale, which I believe puts them right about 8.5 inches tall.
Cool.
And Mosho Toys is probably they are one of my top brands right now.
Nice.
They have not had a miss that I've purchased so far. But this is their illustrious grade, or illustrious class as they call it, which is one step down. Their noble class is 1/72nd. Their illustrious class is 1/100th. So these guys are a little bit shorter, a little bit less crazy with, all the gimmicks and, cool linkages and things like that, but they're still pretty awesome looking. So,
nice.
So yeah, they went up 3-pack. I think you can probably get them individually. I think BBTS has them individually. Bomb Busby does not. I'm not sure about Gundamit or any of the others. But yeah, that's my new hotness.
Okay.
I
Those are
try to
cool.
bring some stuff that people might not have seen before.
Oh, you definitely covered the things I've never seen hardly any of those. So it's cool to see, and there's definitely one I'm going to get. That ghost figure's coming with me.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I think out of all of these, I'm pretty excited for all of that. Insect one looked awesome, and that hyena one
Yeah,
looked really awesome too. I mean, what a mishmash of like different aesthetics that kind of they made come together. So yeah, pretty wild stuff. So you got some take my money?
yeah. Let's go.
All right.
Go here. Go here.
Yes. Oh yes, I do.
Yes, I do. And I am excited for this guy right here. Now, if you go back and watch my review on Casey Jones, I even say it there. Before they announced this, we need a shredder.
Yep.
And then when they announced it, literally the next day or the same day I dropped that video, I'm like, that's so cool. Yeah, so people have said they don't like this figure. He's got MC Hammer pants. I'm excited. I think they're going to make some changes based on some people's feedback, but I think it looks cool, man.
I think some of it. So there have been some pictures. I don't know if you have more.
No, just this one.
Okay, there were some pictures at the show where it looked like they had kind of pushed the belt way down, and it didn't. It made the pants. It made him look like he had a really long torso.
Long torso, yeah.
And it made the pants look super poofy. Well, apparently they raised the belt up, and it looked a little better.
Right.
But I think the thing is with this one is, going back to the Casey Jones review. Hopefully everybody checked it out. Definitely still that Mirage.
Mirage Comics look.
Yeah, that look, that very kind of classic look, not necessarily
Eastman and Laird Mirage feel. That's why I like it, man. I think it's awesome. You're going back to the roots of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You're giving us something from the beginning and a modern look. I love it, man.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool. I'm obviously down for it. I got the rest of the line, so yeah. I think it's a good one.
All right, so we're going to keep on with Mezco because they had some banger releases this week. You got to get that Joker.
So I have Joker on this one.
Right?
I have thoughts.
Okay, let's hear them.
So Felix Toys, I believe, is who did – pretty sure it was Felix Toys that did the the third-party unlicensed Joker.
Right.
It was so good.
I think I have the what's the Joaquin Phoenix Joker from them. I don't have this one, but I have the Joaquin Phoenix Joker is pretty good.
I mean, the tailoring was perfect. The head sculpt was great. He had where you could open up his coat and you could put all the grenades in,
and he has all the
hanging off his finger. And I mean, that stuff was just awesome. So Mezco's got to live up to that, man.
Yeah.
That's a high bar. Now I know that they're going to kill it when it comes to the accessories. But yeah, I hope that they can level up on that one for me.
Yeah. So I don't have the other figure, so I'm definitely getting this one. This will be, as soon as this drops, it'll get pre-ordered, and then we're going to keep on with the Mezco bangers because I have pre-ordered this because you'll see later when we get to Shelfies what I did. Because I initially passed on this, and then I changed my mind. So I went back, I pre-ordered my Thor. But now the next one is, to me, the largest Mezco announcement in a long time. Hulk freaking smash. You better do it right. Because right now my stand-in is the Diamond Select Hulk that's everybody wanted and still wants, and you can't find anywhere for under $200-$300. It's crazy how much that figure has gone up, but I never thought that they were going to do this for a long time. I'm glad they're doing Hulk.
I hope that this is on a new buck.
Yes.
The Thanos and Hulk Ragnarok buck is short for one thing. It's not
Right.
that tall. Like the Ragnarok Hulk is a super cool look,
Yeah.
but that figure is not big enough.
Yeah.
And the articulation on either of those figures aren't great.
Right.
So I am really hopeful that this means that this is a new buck, and we're going to be digging it. I mean, I'm excited for it too. I just need to see more.
Right. I agree with you there. I think, I wish they would have gave us more other than just this face sculpt, but I'm excited that it's coming out and I want to see more pictures. So hopefully those come out soon and we can get a pre-order because, show me the figure or I'm not pre-ordering it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go to these guys. They dropped today on BBTS, instantly went and got, I think it was the Sagat and Blanca.
Yep.
I mean, these guys are awesome. I mean, Jada's killing it. The figures are awesome. I can't say enough about Jada. Their articulation's great. You're going to get Sagat in his, Muay Thai, situation. You got the full crouch with the effects with Blanca.
Yeah.
I just hope he balls up and in the ball. So yeah, excited about these guys. Instant pre-order, instant take my money.
I used to love playing as Blanca. I just love that he was a big, angry monster and that kind of stuff. But Sagat was cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. I didn't see these, so I'm going to have to take a trip over to BBTS this evenings.
Yep, they dropped today. As soon as I saw them, I instantly went and pre-ordered them, and those are coming home. So I think that's it. We're a little bit more
jumping ahead.
But that's it.
Cool, man. Yeah, that was if you're following along, we have taken a bunch of money from ourselves, from each other, and from ourselves on that.
Yeah.
But hey, here's the thing. A lot of them are just, kind of either put your name down or put a few bucks down.
Yeah.
And then they come in and you have to pay for them like a year from now. So
pretty much, yeah.
That's a future Allen problem is what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. So hopefully there's no exclusiveness to any of those Mezcos. I can't stand when they do that stuff. Make it available, make it pre-orderable for everybody. So some of those are going to be pretty hot.
Apparently Toy Migos showed him balled up.
Okay.
All right, Tony. That's
check
cool,
that
man.
out. Yep.
All right. I like it. I don't like the sound of that, but I'm with you, man. The Mezco exclusive they go too quick.
Yeah.
Make more of them. Make more money.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get that, but it is what it is. So yeah, man. What are we doing next?
Let's do some Shelfies, man. I think you had one. I had a couple.
Yeah. Well, why don't you start us off? You ready?
Okay. Yeah. We'll go back to me. Right back to what we were looking at. And
right back there.
Yes. I took the X-Force out of the DTOF, took those Marvel Legends, and it was quite a few. That thing was jam-packed. And I pulled the Mezco DC figures off the shelf, pulled them out of the box and put them in here. Now I need me a Flash and a Green Arrow. I'm on the hunt for those. I will find them. They will get added to my Justice League shelf. I love these figures. They look really cool. I haven't had them out in a while. It was cool to pull them out and display them.
They need to make a Martian Manhunter. I mean,
they need to make a Martian Manhunter. Yes, and I will probably. I love this Superman. I will probably be getting a different version, the more modern looking version to put in here. But I'll still be displaying, the Christopher Reeves Superman, which is one of my favorite. But I think they'll eventually do like a comic version Wonder Woman, hopefully, which this one works just fine from the movie. But both Green Lanterns, that other Batman, Aquaman, Dr. Fate, Shazam. We're good, man. I like it.
We got a guy in chat who's getting his own action figure. That I am so jealous of it. Chad.
What's up, Chad? What's going on, man? Yeah, we talked to Patriot Force last week. We hung out with Ryan and Gavin and was talking to those guys, and yeah, they're gonna make Chad into an action figure for the line. So we're excited to see that. So I appreciate you stopping by, man. That's awesome.
Yeah, man, and super jealous.
yeah,
super jealous,
big time. So that was one of the DTOF spaces that I changed this past weekend, and I'm excited for it. And so we're going to change to this one. Now, this was a video, so we're kind of missing a little bit with the video not playing, but I took the skulls and put them in their own DTOF section, the pink skulls, all the different, there's a Doc Knock in there, there's La Moreta, there's, my custom figures in there, the Death Squad guys, and but those are my two Shelfies, my two DTOF spaces that just got upgraded this weekend, and I think I'm going to have to work on some foam backgrounds to make this look a little better, but
doing full-blown Dio style. All right.
Yeah. Might have to hit up HVX Customs, hit up Jimmy and see what I can get. Usually buy one of his Dios at the next toy swap. So I may get one of those, but I got a lot of foam in the garage, man. I might just go start cutting it myself and make my own. So never know.
Cool. Dude, we did it again. We did.
Yeah.
I don't have the coolest intro for Shelfies yet. That's something that I need to work on. But yeah. All right. So that's not. That's my desk cam. That's for later. All right. Here's the Shelfie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What was that?
Nothing.
Okay.
Don't we have the big thing that comes up with Shelfie, and we didn't do it like we didn't do New Hotness?
Well, yeah, it's just the text that comes on screen.
Okay.
So that one's not as near and dear, but I need to make a new one of those.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
Yeah. All right. So this is my Shelfie that I'm showing off. And by the way, we would love it if you guys sent Shelfies to us. We've got our contact information in the description below, and you can reach out to us. We've got a Facebook group. We would love to have you come hang out. That would just be too quick and easy for us to go to the Facebook group and get some cool, fantastic photos that you took, Shelfies, customs, whatever. We would absolutely love to see it. So
send it to us there or on IG at the Action Figure Alliance. Send us a DM there. Send me Toyomic Displays on IG or Alan Taraxis on IG. Send us a DM or AFA Skulls at gmail.com.
Yep, that is us. So yeah, reach out. We would love to have you. So this is a shelf that's recently kind of finished itself.
Shelfies and dollies. That's right.
The armorized Deadpool came through from Christmas, which was
nice.
Pretty awesome. And these are all kind of Iron Man armors not being worn by Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And I love them to death, man. When Hot Toys does these things, it's hard to pass them up. I wasn't going to get the armorized Deadpool, but I'm super happy that I did.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
The Punisher War Machine, just the character in general, just Frank Castle in a War Machine with I love it. I got the comics when they came out. I read every single one of them. I love it. It's got the Marvel Legends, and I can't imagine having something look that realistic with a Hot Toy on the shelf. So, I'll definitely have to check those out next time I'm at the house and checking out the collection there. So those look good, man.
Yeah, man, they do. And they are very cool. And what I like about these is one of the topics that we'll get to a little bit later is that you feel like you can get good articulation on them because you're not like impinging on the soft goods and making creases and stuff. So they're still delicate. They're still Hot Toys, but pretty cool. So I was just happy with the way this one came together. The only thing I'm not sure about is, I put all the blast effects on Punisher there. And none of the other ones have blast effects, so those might come off. But it's a cool look nonetheless. So.
It's Punisher, man. He's got to be shooting something.
All the other guys are just posing. He's like, ah,
yeah,
kicking it out. So yeah, that was some fun stories, man.
Nice. So if you want to move on to fantastic photos, I have some cool stuff to show off, and then we can get to the topic of the night, talk about articulation.
Yeah, I've got some fantastic photos to go over as well. So yeah, let's dig in on that. And you know what? I'm going to remember to do it this time. Although these aren't as cool as my big explosion ones, which I'm just going to have to work up another one.
Right.
Fantastic photos. So again, reach out to us, submit your fantastic photos. We would love to show them off. You ready?
Yeah, man. Let's roll. So, I think one of the best things about just going on IG and looking at people's toy photography, I usually reach out to them and say, hey, I'm going to use your picture on the show. We're going to share your QR code. We're going to, direct people to go check out your toy photography. And Mute the Preacher, we're showing off something from him again. This Juggernaut picture is really, really cool. I just love this. When you make a Marvel Legend figure look just amazing, he's really good at doing it. There's his QR code. Take a picture of it. Go follow Mute the Preacher on IG. Tell him Action Figure Alliance sent you. And just check out and comment on some of the cool toy photography that's being done out there by some of these folks. And like I said, Mute the Preacher's been on the show before, and some of these other guys are new. And that's the good thing about this, going through, looking at new stuff, finding new toy photographers to follow, getting ideas of how I can improve on my toy photography.
Well, yeah, and I mean, honestly, go back to the Juggernaut there real quick.
Yeah.
This photo has, some extra elements that he's added on. There's some, some editing and stuff, but I mean, the energy in the pose and, he managed to kind of use that energy in the rest of the photograph. And that takes some effort. Like he's got an eye there, and good stuff, man.
Yeah. Takes some vision to come up with something that looks good, that good. And, it's a really nice one.
Yeah, for sure.
So moving on to somebody who's in the chat, hopefully still, he was in the chat earlier, Danger Room Toy Photography. Reached out to him. I love this Spider-Man running from the Rhino. You got the newspaper, the explosion in the background. This not only creates motion, but depth as well. I just think it's a really cool picture. And then coming over here with the Valaverse, you're getting, Desert Rat getting chased by Blade. So I love the depth here, the depth perception used with the way he took this photo, and the light works really well.
Well, and you're telling a story with the action, Spider-Man's being chased by the Rhino. And I think it's cool, man. These are great.
These are really good. So one last from Danger Room Toy Photography, you got Rock and Roll, doing his cool thing, shooting his gun. I like that he's got some greenery here. The fire effects in the background, just thought this one looks cool. So check out Danger Room Toy Photography. Take a picture of that QR code. Go follow him on Instagram. Let him know Action Figure Alliance sent you. And it's the cool thing about Instagram is you post a picture and you put a song to it. He's got AC/DC, Hell's Bells to this one. I love that you could put music to the photos in Instagram. That just adds that extra flair to things. So moving on to Rad Toyologist. And I ran across Rad Toyologist today. We've been talking about Doc Nocturnal. And,
that's awesome. That's a great shot.
It is a great shot. I love the background. The lighting here is really good. He did a good job with this one. And also with Casey Jones checking out April, most of the time you get Casey in an action pose. This one's him just like, hey, look, check out the goods. So
That's a pretty impressive diorama. I mean, he's got lots of
Yeah.
cool set pieces, and it looks good.
Yep, he's got the punching bag. I think that's from Kino, and a lot of other stuff. So yeah, that's that April is not. That's on a different buck too. That's just the April head on.
That's
I think
the Crazy Figs buck that I
Yeah.
showed off.
That's right. That's right. So lots of accessories in here. Lots of depth. I think he did a really good job. So
Yeah.
and then a couple more from Rad Toyologist. I like this one. The molding of DC and Marvel. You got Stanley that you can barely see. You got MJ in the background. You got Peter. You got J. Jonah Jameson. And then you got Clark Kent. Excuse me. Where's the nearest phone booth? I just love when people take something, tell a story. The background is just as important as the actual thing you're focused on. And I think it's really cool.
Hey, Mute the Preacher's in here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Nice. And then Rad Toyologist, the last one. I showed off this soft goods set that I have, and somebody's already done it. They've already went and made them a Mezco TMNT, The Last Ronin, and I'm with it. They did a really good job with this one. You got the other Nika figures in there. The dive in the background looks good. Dropping the moon and stars behind him. This could be a comic book cover, and I would be completely happy with it.
Oh yeah, they need to do that. They need to do action figure comic book covers.
Now they've done some in the past, and they weren't as predominant as they need to be because
all I remember is the ones where they were drawn. God, I forget who the artist did, but he did a whole series of action figure alternate covers. But they were very retro, on card, blah.
And then Star Wars did some like carded variants where it was just like figures that were carded that were pretty plain.
But it was art, right?
Yeah, it was just art. Yeah, it was just.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, I want to see toy photography on a comic book cover. Make that variant, and toy collectors might buy it.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
But check out Rad Toyologist. Hit him up on Instagram. Check out that QR code. Let him know Action Figure Alliance sent you. And that's what I got for fantastic photos, man.
All right. Well, I've got some lined up here. All right. So I don't have the Mythic Legions Knight figure that they've got here, but I do have the Beholder is the name of the big monster.
Mm-hmm.
Cool figure, and I've been wanting to do something with it. And I was beaten to the punch by 78 points of articulation.
Nice.
This thing is baller. Cool scene. Obviously, there's tons of cool diorama work going on here. But yeah, man, this one, I like my fantasy stuff as well as my sci-fi stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this is cool. So
it's a good depth there.
There is. And he did some, this will come around, some behind the scenes.
Nice.
And that's definitely something that, we love to show off here.
Yeah.
And so, just kind of seeing this come together. Honestly, that Beholder looks like it's been repainted.
Yeah.
Mine is very bluish and yellow, and this is kind of brown and like maybe even darker brown, like kind of more natural colors, which... that's pretty cool. Liking that. Let's see.
Patriot Force in the house. What's up?
So that's it. That's it for that one. Go check out 78 Points of Articulation. Some pretty cool stuff there.
Nice.
Let me pull up another one. See, you were all like prepared. I don't know how you get the
to put them in a slide on Canva, do them as a presentation, and just roll through them.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is the QR code. I'm not sure how.
I'll tell you how to do that. You do it from the person's IG. There's 3 dots in the corner. You hit that, and then you can scroll down to QR code.
Is that only on your phone?
Yeah, it's on my phone.
See, I always do it on my computer, so
Oh yeah,
that's why.
IG on the phone, man.
So this is, if I can scroll up here, Jesse Ferrieson. Pretty cool guy. I was actually having some conversation with him in the comments of this photo. Um,
Nice.
there's actually a YouTube video that he linked in those comments where he goes over this shot and kind of talks through it live, which is pretty cool.
Ooh,
So worth
yeah.
checking out.
I'll have to send me that because I want to see that. I want somebody's thought process on how they take a toy photo,
Yep.
how they do what they do, because there's always room to learn. There's always a way to increase your knowledge on toy photography, and yeah, I'm down for it, man. Send it to me.
So he's got some kind of like full screen versions here, showing off the whole thing, which is pretty cool. And then you're getting your initial kind of, just above the camera perspective. So you can see the light, you can see the dio and, or the set pieces, I'll say. And
here he's kind of space there. There's some depth on that table of him, stuff in the background. That's really nice.
Yep. So there's kind of the whole setup. And yeah, I think it looks cool.
Yeah.
I am going to go check out this live stream and see, how this all kind of came together. Guys seem really nice. So, nice. He did a fine job here, man. I'm really curious, like this board that he's got laying on the table there, like what that's doing, is that, providing some sort of a glare, because that's there for all of it.
Right.
So it looks like maybe that's kind of that under light, maybe that's causing that glare.
A little reflectance there.
Yeah. So
yeah,
pretty cool. And he is partnered with Big Bad Toy Store. So go check him out.
Nice.
All right. I have. Now, this one is not exactly a fantastic photo. This one is a bit more of the customizer's corner.
Tony's Figs, man. Tony was in the chat. Hopefully you still here, Tony.
Hopefully he's still here. I told him that I was going to show it off on the show, and he seemed excited about that. This is nice. So first off, the face paint. There's some like legit makeup going on there.
Yeah.
And I want to know how that was done, because I think this is, he said that this is a custom.
Yeah, Tony's a killer customizer, so yeah.
So if he did that paint, man, I want a tutorial.
Yeah.
But if not, I still even want to know where the head came from.
Nice.
Because this is looking killer.
Well, check out Tony's Figs on YouTube. He's doing some videos and stuff. He's doing a great job. So yeah.
Yeah. And we've had him on the show. Good guy. And pulling off a pretty cool custom here. So I just wanted to show this off. And again,
he's making the other Delta.
Go ahead.
Sorry. No, he's making the other Delta 17 figures. That's really cool.
Yeah. Looks cool. Looks really cool. So let's see. Do I have another one? So go check out Tony's Figs, both on Instagram and YouTube. And I think that was it for my fantastic photos, man.
Nice. I'll probably say something to you later on. We're watching the Toy Kind of Mood. It comes on at 10 p.m. Eastern. So usually check out those guys and watch those after the show. So get a chance to check out a Toy Kind of Mood.
Yeah, you got just enough time between when our show ends to go and like get a snack, get you a nice drink, settle in for the next show.
That's right.
Go from one coast to the other coast.
There you go.
The way it's supposed to be. All right. So are we going to get into some toy topics?
Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's talk about some articulation.
I think we should. How you want to start this one off? You want to do your spotlight?
Let's do show a couple of mine, show a couple of yours. Bat this thing back and forth, talk about articulation. So
I like it.
So we decided we're gonna take.
Are you doing the desk cam? My bad.
No, this is fine.
Okay.
The desk cam's there's a lot of stuff on the desk right now. A lot of figures laid out in front of me. I went and pulled figures from about every line I collect.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to show off some articulation. Now, we're going to start out with G.I. Joe Classified, and we're not really using any of the new figures. I'm going to go OG with the Snake Eyes, and able to get this guy in some pretty cool ninja poses. That's a deep stance, and even though the knife doesn't fit in the sheath, that was one of the problems with this figure. I usually keep the knife in his hand, but I think these figures started out with some really good articulation. That are some that are limited. Speaking about that limitation, we'll go to one of my other figures for Cobra, which is one of my favorites, and it's this guy right here, the Cobra Trooper. And the biggest limitation for this Cobra Trooper is that vest. The vest, the chest band is non-existent with that. So, all right, Jay, have a good one, man. But the vest, which I've cut off of many of these because I have a lot. But the vest is hindrance, but you can still get him in. For me, getting a figure into 3 different poses. There's the standing shooting pose, there's the kneeling shooting pose, and then there's the prone lay down shooting pose. And we're going to talk about those. But I got him in the kneeling pose. I think he's got pretty good articulation for what the figure is. You don't have to heat these guys up too much or anything. They just pose.
So the trooper that's coming out, the retro trooper, he's just got on like some harness, right?
Yeah, that guy. I got this guy. I got that guy right here. So yeah, he's
just
this
same figure, not as impeded.
Yep, same figure, different colors. Just the harness that came with Stalker. So yeah, not as impeded, and it's a little bit better option for this guy. And I have a good 5 or 6 of those guys, not as many as the other, but that one has a little bit better articulation. So kind of while I'm talking to military figures, I'm gonna keep on with the 2 other figures that I have pulled to talk about, and this one's Monster Force Delta Red. So great figure, accessories are awesome. The shoulder pauldrons, they do hinder his bend and ability to kind of get it in a perfect situation for the gun being up. But he's in the standing shooting pose. I think there's some decent articulation on this guy.
Yeah, but, and those shoulder pauldrons, while they are kind of large, they're not permanently attached.
So right, they're removable, so you can take them off.
Around. Yeah.
And the cool thing about this is you can take off these accessories and make it a little bit more articulate if you wanted to. So that's a benefit from that line. And then kind of going into Valiverse Action Force, which I love. I think one of my favorite things is getting this guy in that prone sniper position.
Yeah.
Which is, I have several of these figures. I mean, I have this one that I bought another one of just to do the Punisher. But, I think that looks really cool with the.
So what articulation would you say is key to that position? Is it like the neck head articulation?
Yeah, exactly. So the head articulation. So it doesn't work unless you kind of post him up on the case.
Yeah.
But it comes with the case. So, you get that 50 cal position. He's looking down the barrel. The head could kind of tilt back a little more so you could get a little bit more of a look. But I mean, it works. He comes with the closed eye, so he's looking down the barrel.
Which means you have to be able to get the head in that right spot,
Right.
Or else the whole thing doesn't work.
And then the chest articulation where you can pull the figure back so he can kind of get there. The ankle articulation so you can kind of lay him down and make him in that position. I think Valiverse has done a good job with their articulation. Now, sometimes their joints are a little tight, They're getting better with that. Early on, they're really tight. You had to use that hair dryer a lot. But as the line progresses, they've definitely improved on their joints and their articulation and less breaks. So Bobby listens to the people. I will say that he listens to the people. He makes his improvements, and the line's progressed quite a bit over the years.
All right. You mind if I take over here for a little bit?
Yep. Your turn.
Right. I'm going to bring it on over here to the desk cam. So one of the things that Trey had been talking about was growth figure. And again, you have these shoulder pauldrons that are not permanently attached. Now, recently we have seen permanently attached shoulder pauldrons. I think it was Xandar, right?
Xandar, yeah.
And that's brutal. I mean, it really impedes your ability to get the shoulder, in the proper position. And carry figure, being able to shoulder that weapon is super important. I think GI Joe figures are at a very nice standard for articulation. So when they do things like that with the big overlays and permanently adhering a shoulder pad, you're going the wrong way there. One of my things is I love butterfly. I personally want butterfly joints. I want to be able to do a Hulk clap. So where you're putting your hands out in front of you together like this.
Yeah, or a sword pose where they're up here. Or
exactly. If you can do this, that means you can double hand a sword, right out in front of you.
Or you can dynamic pressure a pistol.
Yep. So that's important. Not a lot of figures, even GI Joes, really can't get there, especially if they have a big overlay. But I think that this is kind of, at this point, this is frankly what I almost require out of a figure is this level of articulation.
Right.
So moving on, let's talk about Marvel Legends. So Marvel Legends is very similar. I mean, they're both Hasbro figures, but look at this backward movement here.
Yeah.
So when you have a really strong figure, one of the poses that you want to be able to get is that kind of big, you're arching your back, you've got, the arms going back behind you, that kind of a pose there. And so I guess what I'm getting at here is obviously butterfly joints are important to me. But dependent upon the figure, you might have different requirements for your articulation. And Silver Surfer, he's fine here. I'm not a huge fan of this sculpt. The wonky feet. I don't know. He just looks
but
good.
With the Surfer, he's a lot of times he's got his hands behind him, or just the way he's like articulated. Yep. That figure really made it chime home that was Silver Surfer, because I think I have like 3 different versions of him. There's the dark version, and then the two other versions. And I have it hanging from the ceiling actually, and he's where he's got his arms kind of back, the Silver Surfer just flying through the air. So yeah, they did a good job with that one.
Okay, so I'm trying not to invite any big negativity here, or any hate or anything, but I'm going to talk about articulation on Mythic Legions figures.
Okay.
So Mythic Legions figures articulation is not made for high articulate movements.
Right.
It's designed for their pop and swap ability. Now, they do have in one of their upcoming waves, they have gone and they've made some improvements where there's some figures with double elbows, double knees, which I think is super cool. Right. I think there might even be a butterfly joint in there. That would be amazing. I would love that. But one of the things, like when you're looking at these figures, so like you're not even really getting your arm to 90 degrees there, and on some figures, like for the personality of the figure, that might be fine. That might be perfectly fine. But with other figures, it might not. And I want to show another example of where I think that articulation scheme um, negatively impacted the figure. And it's this guy here. I think his name is Arachagor.
Hmm.
Now, you can already see the problem. So if I straighten his arm all the way out, you get the paint. The paint work comes down all the way from the shoulder down the forearm, right? But if you articulate it, look what it does to that line. That
Yeah.
line shoots all the way off to his elbow and then starts abruptly again at the bicep. So
Right.
I feel like this is where a double joint would have made the figure overall a lot better, even if it didn't get any more range of movement.
Hmm.
Sometimes articulation isn't even about range of movement. It's about keeping, the aesthetics, because frankly, double joints can look better.
Yeah.
Um, they can look worse. That is a possibility, depending upon how they're done. But I wanted to call that out. So, I mean, obviously, Mythic Legions have very basic articulation. Like I said,
Right.
they've obviously, realized that that was a problem and have made some changes. But this is something that I was wanting to point out, where it's kind of like that bothers me. Like
Right.
these figures are known for their paint, their sculpt,
Mhm.
and the articulation scheme, was sacrificed here. Um, and that sacrifice also meant that it was sacrificed, or it hurt the other things that they were trying to maintain, you
Right.
know, all for pop and swap ability. And for me, like, I don't know, I was just kind of bummed about that and the way that looked. And unfortunately, with their reuse, that's on a number of figures like that. Um, so anyway, do you want to go back to you before I move on and do some more, or?
Uh, yeah, I'll show off a few more things. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
So next we're gonna pull out the Star Wars figures, which, uh, you can go with the Black Series Luke, and the articulation is just not there.
Right.
It
Single
looked
jointed knees, single jointed arms.
right.
Um,
Single joints, they're not getting it done.
yeah.
But then, I do like that it has a stand. I mean, most of the time I keep the robe on this guy, and he's robed, and you don't see much of the articulation. Um, but then you can come to something like this, SH Figure Arts, and you can get that kind of pose.
Yeah.
You know, you can get that's straight up Luke with the wind blown hair. He has multiple head sculpts. He's got that butterfly joint, so he can get that upward sword motion. Yeah,
That's
uh,
nice.
the ankle articulation, the knees, the double jointed knees,
Hmm.
double jointed elbows. SH Figure Arts has some good articulation, and I really wish that I wish I could get some more. I have. I think most of my SHF stuff are Star Wars, and I need to start displaying them more. Um, because every time I pull out a SHF figure like this, I'm impressed.
Hmm.
So, um,
I don't actually own any SHF. I've mostly stayed away from them because they're kind of small.
yeah, they are a little small, but I love this Boba Fett. You get him in that flying position, and I think they have some good articulation.
Yeah.
Them between them and Mayfex, and I don't really have any Mayfex anymore. I
Well,
had
let's
some.
talk about some Mayfex, shall we?
Okay, yeah. You got. I think you got one.
So, speaking of Mayfex Star Wars,
Mm-hmm.
this is the 1.0 version of, or is it? No, actually, this might be the 2.0. I have them both. And I got the 1.0 and I really liked it. And then, of course, I had to
With
get
the
that.
dark saber, yeah, I think that's the version 2.
Yeah. And the reason being is I'm going to use some of the parts on a custom at some point and try and do like an all soft goods. Um, but Mayfex has really good articulation. You can see here that this shoulder pad is actually on a hinge in and of itself, and that allows you to get a lot better range. It can kind of push out of the way. And you have a very good, this is, here, if we do this, this is all your butterfly joint. So you're getting a nice amount of movement there. These figures are nice. I mean, this one even has, toe hinge.
Nice. Toe articulation is cool.
Yeah. And the thing is that it kind of snaps back into place. So it's not very loose. Like you actually have to give it some good pressure to get it up there, which is necessary. And that's another little, point about articulation that I wanted to go over, is the fact that sometimes articulation isn't about the way the figure moves, but it's also can be about the way the figure will hold a pose. We've all had figures that do shelf dives, and I'm sitting here futzing with this Mayfex here. We've all had figures that do shelf dives.
Monster Force Kilowog, yes.
Exactly. And that's a problem. And that's down to, in a lot of cases, the way that the articulation was handled. It could be, the tolerances on the joint. It could be the way the tolerances were done and then paint was done over the top of it.
Right.
Sometimes, you get some kind of ratcheting or detents, as depending upon how they're handled. Those are important, man. And I don't see those often enough or done well enough. In my opinion, figures can have paint. Let's move him out of the way and let's talk about this guy.
Nice.
So, I think this is the Sentinel, or it's either that or 1,000 Toys. I forget. But as you can see, this thing is covered in paint. And the articulation on it is fantastic. Like you're even getting a little bit of kind of like, some hidden knee stuff. And he's obviously like he's in a Spider-Man pose. Certain characters require specific poses. I'm able to get his head up with his hand on the ground. And it's not even like I don't even have the arm at full extension. And yet I'm still able to do that,
Yep. That's really cool. That Spider-Man and Daredevil, they need high articulation. Those characters need that.
Exactly. And, it's intrinsically part of the character. You showed off that ninja pose that you had Snake Eyes in. And that is part of the character. Like you can't put out a Spider-Man with shitty articulation. Right?
That's right.
Because it's not Spider-Man at that point.
Right.
And I mean, obviously we're talking everything that we're saying here is basically opinionated, or, subjective. But, I mean, to me, like these are action figures. I like to have
some action out of them.
Yeah. If you don't have the articulation, there's no action. I like to have them sit on my desk. I like to take figures off the shelf and, mess with them here and there. And before we're getting a little bit close to the end here, I do want to touch on a figure, or a brand, should I say, that everybody talks about their articulation. So this is the Revoltech Deadpool. And I've got him in a pose here where he's kind of looking at his phone and he's telling whoever's behind him to, give me a minute, I'm busy, But Revoltech their articulation scheme is very unique. I'm going to take the swords off so they just don't fall off. I'm going to preemptively do that. So what they did with this figure that I think is really cool, they don't do it all the time, but when they pull it off, it's great. These pouches that are going over the shoulders are actually the butterfly joint. So if you move them, they are what get you that butterfly movement. And so it just looks like it's part of, the figure's costume instead of like a joint in and of itself. So you see you've got a ton of range there.
Yep.
And so another thing that people like to talk about with Revoltech are these Revoltech joints. These are big. These are round. Obviously, if I were to do a pose like this, that's not going to look very good. That's like brightly on display. But for the character, you can close things down. You can move things around and, pose them in such a way where you can't even see that. Right? I love Revoltech's articulation. I'm an articulation junkie. The only thing that I think bothers me the most about these joints, at least on this figure, is that is a gloss, which is a sound.
Right.
But I mean, that's an easy fix. but it's something that they should have done. Um, so anyway, I just kind of wanted to call them out. Revoltech can do some posing,
Yeah.
and if you think about the pose and you think about the joints that they come with, I mean, like that's a single joint
Yeah.
right there, and he's kicking his own butt with a single
Yeah.
joint, and the knee doesn't look bad.
No.
I mean, there are Black Series figures with knees that look way worse than that.
Right.
You've got toe articulation, and it's stiff. You can kind of see that kind of snaps back and forth.
Mm.
Um, it's very important, or it can be anyway. Your pouches can move out of the way, so you can get really good, leg movement.
Right.
So yeah, I love it. I've got I've got an Astrobots figure here, just as like kind of showing off the extreme. Now this is a bit of a cheat because this isn't exactly human anatomy on display here.
Right.
But I mean, you've got double joints at the elbows, and it looks like there's sculpt in there, right?
Right.
You've got huge articulation around the waist. All the fingers have individual joints that are articulated. It's a wild figure, but this is essentially 1/12 scale. This falls right in line there, and it kind of shows you what you can do. And you have huge butterfly joint there. Yeah, I just love it. You got your sexy robot pose. So I've got a Mythic Legions back, or not a Mythic Legions, Savage Crucible back there. They have some really good articulation. I guess one thing that's worth mentioning on them, and that this is something that they actually had to address, was the feet.
Right.
The notorious feet on Savage Crucible caused them to go back and redesign and remanufacture them. And so this wasn't a problem of the articulation, but it kind of really was when it came down to it. It was a tolerance issue. It was, accounting for paint. And these new feet, they work like champs. I mean, as you can see, like, I can just flop him down and he's not going anywhere. Where previously, like, they would have just
fell forward,
tilted over. And you can see, even when I do that, they're staying in place. So
yeah, I got to get some updated feet. I haven't upgraded mine to Savage Crucible with their new feet yet, so I need to do that.
Some of them aren't as bad as others. I've got some that seem to stand just fine, and others that no, not happening.
But kudos to them for addressing it and making a solution for it, and then moving forward. So I love when people listen to the community, listen to people, listen to what their problems are, and fix them. And that's all you can ask from a toy line is to address the problems and improve as much as you can.
Yep, absolutely. So that was really all I kind of wanted to go over for articulation. It was a lot, but it was a topic that, I had a lot to say on, and I think you did too. And so, yeah, I wanted to cover that. Did you have anything more you wanted to show?
Yeah, I got a couple more I want to show off real quick. It won't take long, and we'll oh, no, we're not doing that. I'm sorry. Back to this. Yeah, sorry. Okay.
Did you want to share?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, I call out this Jada Cami because I think I've had the most fun posing a figure with this. I did a photo shoot with her, and she was fighting Dawson, or she was fighting Guile maybe, and just I love the flexibility of this character, even the articulation of the hair articulation where it rotates and you can get a different look. So they've had a big win with this character. I like that one a lot. Then you're going to come to this Harbinger Studios.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him.
I mean, you can really get some cool football poses out of this guy. I mean, passing, running, anything you want. I hope they do more of these, and just not just in Alabama. Give me the ability to make my NC State guys. I mean, that would be cool. So yeah, that one's got some good articulation. And then I gotta throw a Mezco figure out there. I really like this one, the Wolverine. You can get this guy in some good poses, even though Mezco's not really known for their articulation. This guy, he gets in some good poses, and this is how I have him displayed on the shelf. But
one of the things that Mezco, is kind of known for missing on, which surprised us both with the Doc Nocturnal, was the ankle articulation.
Right.
And ankle articulation is important, especially at 12 scale, because the feet aren't that big. You really need to have them in the right position to get them to stand properly,
Right.
So yeah, I think that's important.
And I think I showed off everything else, but I did pull a Super 7 figure just because, they don't, look at the joints. Single joints, pinned.
Oh, yeah.
Not that great.
Yeah.
I've done some decent poses with those, but
that would have been fine, years back. But these days, that's subpar.
Yeah. So cool. Not like a Mondo or anything like that. Those are impressive looking figures, and I think their articulation is improving.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, did you see the Evil Lyn?
Evil Lyn? I did.
Are you going to get the Evil Lyn?
I'm probably not. I'm probably going to.
You got Skeletor. You got to get an Evil Lyn, man.
No, I don't think so. I've got my Scare Glow coming, and I've got my Nightmare coming, and outside of that, they're going to have to really do something to bring that, to where I pull the trigger on it.
Okay.
We'll see. I mean, I've got Lion-O, so I'm certainly in for others, but I don't know. I'm just trying to keep my collection a little in. I got to reel it in sometime,
That's right. I know all about that, man.
So one more thing I wanted to share, give me 1 second here, is next week we have a very special guest.
Nice.
We've got a Mr. Sir Dork, who has a very sizable YouTube channel, and is very productive, churning out some cool videos. Almost all of them have a hand in the thumbnail, which I'm totally going to ask him about.
Yeah.
He's like landed on this, and I mean, there's a hand,
yeah,
hand, pointy fingers. But seems like a really cool dude. He's awesome at photography. And he's killing it. Like he is doing really well, and seems like a super nice guy. So we're pretty excited to have him on. We're definitely going to hit him up about, the YouTube thing, how he's doing with that, and, try to get some advice. But I thought he was going to be a cool one. So I wanted to, give a next time on the Action Figure Alliance.
There we go. Yeah, looking forward to that one. It'd be cool to talk to him. And speaking of what's coming next, Saturday at 10:30, Alan's review will drop. And speaking of articulation, there's some seriously cool articulation points on that action figure. Not going to share what it is. Going to let that release with the review. But make sure you check it out. 10:30 a.m. on Action Figure Alliance. Our video drops, and I think you'll like it.
Yeah, come check it out. Give me a comment. Let me know what you think. I'm serious. This has the coolest accessory I've ever seen.
It's pretty cool.
And it's not just that. It's not just like it's a one-trick pony. There is all sorts to like about this. So
yeah,
it's a long one, but I'm doing my best to make it entertaining. And we're going to put chapters in it, so you can bounce around if there's certain bits you want to see. But yeah, come check it out. I'm excited about it. I'm actually excited because I've done some things that Gray doesn't know about.
Okay.
And I think it'll be pretty cool. So everybody, we really appreciate you guys, as sappy as it is to say, we appreciate you coming out. We appreciate you guys in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, throw us your pics, join our Facebook group, throw us your pics, throw us, whatever you're working on and stuff. We would love to talk about it and show it off.
That's right.
And with that,
See y'all later.
See ya.
Peace.
Yeah, we were on a mission, got my crew at my side. Scouring the shells, we're down for the ride. Plastic warriors all lined up tight. From the comic shop counters to the late night site. It's the thrill of the hunt, gotta make it mine. I'm out here searching, yeah, taking my time. I'll flip every aisle, don't care what it takes. For that rare chase piece, I'm raising the stakes. Action figure alliance, yeah, we're bringing the noise. Rolling deep, rolling heavy with my action toys. Collectors unite, we're breaking the chains. Plastic in hand, we're playing no games. From legends to villains, yeah, I got 'em all. Stacked up high, every hero, every ball. Every line, every way, from the past to the new. It's a bond, it's a crew, we're the real Toy Zoo.